this part's not going to go in the video. So, 2 games EU server. Zen has chosen the order of the matches today. He starts this time, instead of 2 US East to kick things off, he wants to start off on the home server. We got 24 ping to 128. Not a great connection for Yan, but he does have the server advantage with 4 games on US East through this series. So Zen is going to need to beat Yan at least once on US East, just like he did with Daniel, just like he did with AJ. Well, actually, he beat Daniel and AJ twice each. But interesting to see Zen switching things up. Looks like he doesn't have any interest in going to Game 7 with Yan, because he's probably seen what Yan can do in those high-pressure 1v1 situations. In many of the best of ones that Yan has played in the past, he has been successful, so he's a very, very dangerous player in those games. Zen doesn't want to go the distance with him. He's going to try and get this one done before Game 7. And a good start for the Frenchman. He's looking for his 10th series win in a row on my channel today. I don't think he's played Atto yet. He told me the other day he was going to play Atto on someone else's channel. That's not happened yet, has it? Zen vs Atto's already happened. Somebody let me know. I don't believe it has. I think this is his 10th show match just across any channels. Yeah, he's looking to play some other show matches this week as well. So who knows how high the streak can go. Yan's trying to end it. Oh, Zen's missed an open net there. Well, that's very unusual. Good read off the near post there from Yan, who can't be too sad about how this has started. Only 1 down on EU server. The first try on EU server. In fact, he's 1-1 with a multi-reset play. You gotta remember, it's not just Zen who's going to be hitting clips in this match. I feel like Yan gets a bit too much hate, or way too much hate, because he's definitely an air dribble bump merchant. He's one of the best air dribble bumpers, air dribble demoers in the game. And I think that just makes people ignore all of the other offensive plays he's capable of. There's a reason I put this guy as a 10 out of 10, top offensive powerhouse in the world. It's because he can do it all. You name a type of shot, Yan can do it. He's probably practiced it. Some of the other best players in the world, they don't have the physical game Yan does. Some of the other top players in the world, they might have the physical game, but they don't have the finesse. Yan has both. Zen's going to have his work cut out for him today if he's going to take him down. Like I said earlier, 10th series win in a row is what Zen's after here. The pressure's on him. This is huge for his legacy. It's huge for his story as he bursts onto the 1 scene. He's already conquered the best player in North America, Daniel. He's already beaten the top 5 from Europe in Moxiap, Jack Joyas, Raziers and Toxic. And now he's trying to add South America's #1 player to the list. Continue to complete the collection. It would only be Middle East that remains after that. Well, that's technically another open net miss from Rawas. Not from Rawas, sorry. I'm thinking Rawaska. I just said Middle East, but open net miss from Zen. Oh my goodness, he plays off the inside of his own post. You can't think he meant to do that based on where he drove, but works, I guess. Nervous start to the series for Zen. He's on the EU server and he's in a lot of trouble. Yan's 3-1 up with the double tap. We've had, I think, 1 clear open net miss from Zen, 1 tricky open net miss, technically open net miss, and Yan is all over him. The demon from Brazil. Zen looking to snipe it past him. No way is Yan going to let that go through. Zen has lost game 1 before. This wouldn't be a first, but it would be a long way back. He'd have to win minimum 2 games on USC server if he drops this one. Great challenge by Yan. He's always a proactive challenger by default. Zen held to just 1 goal in the first 3 minutes. I don't think many people expected that, especially with the opening game being on his own home server. Then shot from Zen. It goes high. It was on target, but just a bit over the bar. Yan just going to keep the pressure on with a hard clear. Zen thinking about redirecting this off his own backboard. But Yan is right there waiting for him, and he's up 4-1. Already, Zen in a world of trouble. Can he come back? It feels like a must win, or at least if not must win, he's got to start producing some goals at the end of this game, or his confidence is going to be really tested. Yan has looked himself. Zen has not. But he is past the Brazilian here, and that is a slow recovery for Yan. He needed to make a little bit more contact. Zen spotted that early challenge in the nick of time and air dribbled the ball over the top of him. 90 seconds to go. Zen's kickoff looking pretty solid today, I've got to say. He's not been exploited yet. He missed that tight mid-boost grab that he went for. Yan thinks about air dribbling from the halfway line. Zen's all over him. Another open net. This time, he slots it. Oh, big mistake there from Yan. Heavy first touch and a slow takeoff. Invited Zen to come in for the challenge. Finally some momentum for the Frenchman, but oh, Yan's actually slowed the kickoff down, completely absorbed Zen's attempt and puts in a 5th goal. Look at this. Wave dash recovery from Yan, just completely absorbed Zen's kickoff. He flipped, Zen flipped into the ball, Yan didn't. Yan had the win. Can Zen get the revenge though? The shot's good. And we've got kickoff goals both ways. Immediate response from Zen. Such a critical response as well, right after Yan beats him with a wave dash recovery. Yan actually the one to switch it up, went back to standard and lost it. And don't forget, Yan is a player who's had some of the best kickoff series we've ever seen. KV1, his countryman, is famous for being a kickoff merchant. Yan actually dominated him in kickoffs when they played. So this is definitely a test for Zen. And the weakest aspect of his game now is that on target. It looks like it's wide. Zen gonna rush and slot it top corner though. Did not need to read an awkward bounce. His speed got him there. Look, Yan just completely underestimating Zen's pace. He stole the boost away, thought Zen would have to go back to net. Zen found an opening to tie the game. And now he's the one delaying the kickoff. Well, Zen is a transformed man. He has learned how to mix up the kickoffs, and that must have the entire one's world in an absolute shambles, because that was the one thing that everybody knew they had favourable against him. But now, he's been in the lab, he's been practicing different strats, and he's here to show them off. Oh, a risky challenge by Zen, but an effective one. It's going to work out well, isn't it? He just booms in the ceiling shot. Again, he just lunges in. He's not interested in reactively defending against Yan's incredible aerial offense. He just goes and makes it work. What a comeback for Zen now. He just has to hold on. And he will be taking game 1. And now the pressure's right back on the Brazilian, who started off so well. The two key moments of the match for me, well actually there's a couple of key elements of the match for me. 1, Yan's aerial game getting shut down early by Zen. 2, Zen's kickoff looking a lot more bulletproof than it ever has. And that should do it. Zen from behind, gonna take game 1. Oh, or is he? Wait a minute. Well, I thought he was gonna be able to hold it out till 0 seconds. I stand corrected. Yan actually gets it in with 1 left on the clock. Now he needs to do something cheeky here. Oh, he tries to bounce it straight into the air. Well, that's bold from Yan. I guess he was expecting Zen to just try and play a safe strategy and hit it downwards into him. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Yan seemed to be very low in his approach there for that final kickoff. It seems like he was trying to read Zen going over the ball and hitting it downwards and trying to counter it by keeping it up. It's very interesting. It's not often you see a 1 second comeback attempt. Even, 2 seconds is so much better for a comeback in 1v1. Because with 2 seconds, that ball would have bounced up into the wall and you would have had a chance to air dribble. 1 second is a nightmare because it's very hard to get it to bounce up. You kind of have to get it to go cleanly up into the air. Okay, second game on EU servers before we switch to US East. I don't think pressure's really on Yan. If he's feeling confident about taking games on US East, then, pressure's technically still on Zen in a way. Because although Zen could go 2-0 up here, and he is still challenging extremely early, Yan looks like he might get this one. No, never mind. Zen comes from nowhere and stops that shot as well. I mean, Zen's recoveries off the ceiling have just been incredible to watch. Late flip reset from Zen. Decides to just run into the back corner with it. Yeah, like I was saying, Zen could take 2 straight games here, but then 4 of the next 5 will be on USC servers, and Yan could just win the series right there before we even make it to game 7. Or I guess the last one would be in game 7, sorry. But of course, it's going to be difficult looking up or thinking of that score sheet and thinking, okay, well, I am down by 2. I've got to defend my server advantage. Much more cautious start to the game for Zen. Doesn't want to get caught out of position. Just narrowly avoided the back corner demo there that Yan was threatening. A lot of time on the ball here for Zen. He's trying to bait a challenge in. Both players jumping early to defend air dribbles. Looks like Zen has got the faster recoveries. He recovered incredibly quickly earlier on to get back and intercept Yan's attempted open net, and now he's the one who recovers more quickly to send an open net into the back of the goal. Wasn't much of an open net though, just an open top corner. Multiple resets for Zen. Actually scoops the ball pretty low into the bottom corner. That gives Yan a chance to attack from distance. Probably hesitant to air dribble after Zen's success in defending these. And Zen again stops one short of the net. A couple of wall dashes will get him back on the ball. It seems like a safer strategy. Yan off the side wall. Not as much of an opportunity for Zen to intercept early. Zen still found a way though, and he tries to redirect it in. It looks like he's hit the post though. He's hit that shot already on stream. This time, luckily for Yan, Zen misses it, but unluckily he's going to concede immediately afterwards. Zen is hard reading Yan now. That's a heavy touch from Yan. Yan looking at air dribble off sidewalls instead of from the ground because he was sick of getting intercepted by the massive Zen pre-jumps, but even while shadowing, Zen's air dribble defense has been phenomenal. Yan yet to have a clean chance to go for an air dribble bump. Remember, this is the same guy who air dribble bumped Daniel a ton, and if you're wondering why was Yan able to do that compared to this matchup where it's really not happening, you know, in my opinion it's because Zen is proactively defending a lot more than Daniel did when Daniel played against Yan. Daniel backs off into his goal a lot. He likes to shadow a lot. Zen not so much. He just goes. And if you're struggling against someone who's air dribble bumping you, the best way to defend them is to just don't even let them start the air dribble bump. Just challenge before it's even an option. That's what Zen's doing to shut down one of the best air dribble bumpers in the world. Oh, what a flick by Yan. He opens the scoring for him by sending a peach to the top corner. That was a perfect flick that Zen did not anticipate. I think the bar might have actually outplayed Zen there as well. The fact that the flick hit the bar on the way in took it away from Zen's attempted save. Fake shot from Zen. All he needed was that little wiggle to get Yan to back down. Looks like Yan will have boost control. Zen trying to take the ball with him, has to leave it. It's sat on top of his car, but straight away he turns around and challenges. Quickly gets back to fight for the corner boost. He's not going to get it though. 12 boost for Zen. Yan's way off the wall here. Oh, what a shot that was. So close. Love the setup. He was staying well away from Zen, not even giving him a chance to get a challenge in. Here's Yan sneaking in a challenge. Zen saw it. Yan on the recovery, straight back towards the ball. Now, who expected Zen versus Yan to be 2-1 with 90 seconds to go in game 2? I don't think many would have had this one on their predictions. That really shows that, you know, Yan's defense probably underrated, and Zen's likewise. Massive challenge from Zen. They both challenged each other so effectively. Will Yan have the confidence to air dribble off the ground? Yes, he will. Again, Zen's up into the air to challenge him and intercepts cleanly, but lands pretty awkwardly. That's not a nice bounce for Zen. He has to just hit it away from himself. Now here comes a chance for Yan. He's still got Zen boost starved. Zen going to stick himself to the ball and try to create some time to grab 100. He does. Still, Yan in control. Zen just ignores him, goes straight into the ball and scores his third. Yan looking to back Zen up with the ball carry. Zen not buying it, just blatantly challenges. And even though that was completely in Yan's view, he did not have time to react. Zen quick on the turn, and oh my goodness, is this a standard Zen kickoff goal? He is maybe becoming the complete ones player, ladies and gentlemen. This is a little bit scary. When Zen's scoring kickoff goals, you know you're in trouble. Uh-oh. Well, Zen wanted this to be over before game 7. He's going to be off to the perfect start. That's a great touch by Yan. Does he have a chance to get back to it though? No. Zen's first touch is too good, and he's, I think, lobbed this on target. Of course he has. And that will put him 4 goals in front. It went from 2-1 to 5-1 in the blink of an eye. Another reminder for anyone just tuning in, these first 2 games of the series have been played on the European servers. As per Zen's request, he's the player with the server disadvantage overall. So he chooses the order the games are played in. He chose two on EU. After this, we will be switching to US East for 2 games. And I think Zen's plan is, well, obviously his plan is to sweep, but I think what he's hoping for is that he can win at least one of those and then just take the series in 5 before those last two games in US East even happen. Really putting the pressure on Yan here. Zen just seems to have that 1v1 focus. He can just apply. I just wrote use time as if I tried to say US East, but I just wrote use. That's probably confusing. But anyway, we're going to switch to US East. Zen probably won't need a ping test because he's had pretty consistently good servers when I've been the party leader for some reason. No, he says. All right, that's gonna be a that's gonna be a reset. I know he can have AT. Well, this is why. So this is why we gave Yan the server advantage, is because Zen can have green ping. I don't think it's possible for Yan to have green ping in Europe from Florida, but it is possible for Zen to get green ping to America from Europe. So we're gonna look for that. Yeah, if you weren't watching this series from the start, we did not coin flip for server advantage today. We just gave the server advantage to Yan because his connection is worse to the away server. Quite simply. There we go. No problem, says Zen. He's going to be at 88 to start off this match. Game 3. Now, the ball's in Yan's court. Can he defend his server like Zen just did in Europe? Excited to see a comfortable Yan. I mean, he actually looked really comfortable in game 1. I've got to give him credit. That was an immense start from him. He had clinical finishing, very clean plays. It was just the end of the game where Zen caught him out of position a few times. Started to surprise him with incredibly early interceptions. But yeah, looks like that's not going to be easy on this server. Yan just fakes out Zen. He immediately compliments him in the quick chat. Yeah, these early pre-jumps in defense are a lot harder to land when your opponent is on their home server. It's going to be tough to... I think Zen's probably going to have to adapt, but I'm curious to see what he's going to go for. How interesting would this be if Yan can also just win 2 straight and suddenly pressures are on Zen because he has to break server in one of the last 2 games. Immediate demo by Yan. He's up 2-0. Well, this is a statement from Yan. Game 2 was a bit of a struggle for him to get his offense going, but now he is rolling. Yeah, shout out to everybody subbing, by the way. I'm going to thank you all by name after this series is over. Hope you understand this is a series that does require our full attention to players who are comfortably in my personal top 5 for the 1v1 world right now. In case you're wondering, the rest of the list in no particular order contains Rawas, TRK and Daniel. I think when you add Rawas, TRK, Daniel, Yan and Zen, you've got your 1v1 top 5 right now. But I know other people might disagree. Sneak another player in there. That's just my top 5 at the moment. Oh, massive challenge by Yan. Zen didn't see that one. Yeah, the way the ball was lined up didn't have Yan in his view. You know, when you don't have Yan in your view, much like if Yan doesn't have Zen in his view, I think you've got to lean more towards hitting the ball early. You can't assume that these guys aren't lunging in for challenges. We've not had any opportunities almost to see goal line defense because these guys have challenged so early, so often, and it's been effective. Now Yan, off the wall air dribble, pre-flip reset. Zen saves it and recovers as well. Massive defense from Zen. Yan, he looks on point here. He looks pretty unfazed by the 2-game deficit. Oh, there's a air dribble bump attempt and Yan lands it. This would be, I think, a very, very smart thing to start to do on the USE server in particular. I think that now that we're on Yan's home server, I expect to see a lot of these. I think he should go for a lot of these. He is like a homing missile when he tries them. He is so good at landing. Multiple in one game. Oh, he's missed the boost steal here, Yan. I think now that he knows exactly where Zen is, I'd be very surprised if we don't see more of those. Brilliant save by Zen. So crucial that he lands on the back wall there, not inside his own goal. If he lands inside his own goal, then Yan's going to have a free shot, but Zen's able to fight him for possession here, even if he's at a boost disadvantage. Just by recovering on the back wall there. That's why he's using a lot of boost for these recoveries, in case you're wondering. Zen trying to scoot the ball infield. Oh, actually faked a wave dash to the corner before going infield again. Zen trying to use all of his movement to surprise Yan here. Yan calls the bluff on Zen's takeoff. It looks like Yan might have overextended, or has he? No, he hasn't. Yan catches Zen's attempted open net on the goal line. Remains up by 3. Flicks it over the early challenging Zen. Well, this is as comfortable as Zen's game 2 was, if not more so. Looks like Zen's the one who needs to adapt, because he's actually failed with 2 of the strategies that were working well for him in EU. Those 2 strategies are the early challenge and the pre-jump on Yan's air dribbles. Now, if both of those things have failed in this game, it does not bode well for Zen getting a win in the away server. Yan trying to pogo him. Actually is going to get a goal off the back of this. Zen respected the pogo from Yan, even though Yan got probably the smallest bounce I've ever seen. Technically a pogo, technically. I think that counts, because he was off the ground when his car bounced by like a millimeter. It was like, have you guys seen that XQC aerial goal that's been, or the aerial clip that's been going around the Rocket League scene? We've all been there. I'm honestly like so happy seeing clips like that, because it brings me back. You know when you're like aerialing on your first like 100 hours of playing Rocket League, and you think you're way up in the air next to the ceiling, but you're actually just flying 2 feet off the ground? That was like the pogo version of that. We've all been there. I actually did that today in one of my ranked games. I'm not even joking for the content. I literally did that. I thought I was... I wish I saved the replay. I didn't. But yeah, I thought I was way higher than I was. Oh, I wish I had the replay of that. I'm such an idiot. Okay, Yan still in charge here, still running the show in game 3. Looks like we might be in for a long series here. I know a lot of viewers were probably panicking that we're going to have a short one after Zen took 2 games in a row, but Yan looking very comfy. This is the first time we've had a Zen EU NA server matchup where we've not had a break of server in game 1. And 2, actually. You know, Zen did that in both the Daniel and the AJ series, but this time he defends his server and then fails to break Yan's. Well, unless he can pull off another ridiculous comeback. I'm assuming it's not possible. Surely not against Yan. You just have to think that Zen isn't going to do that. But hold on. Maybe, just maybe, it's possible. If anyone can do it, it's Zen. If anyone can come back from 5 goals down on US East against one of the best players in the world, it's this guy. Oh, that's so smart though by Yan. If you're wondering why that's so smart, it's because this kickoff tends to lead to midfield play more than a standard kickoff does. That's why Yan's gone for it in this moment. He doesn't need a goal. He's going to get one. He doesn't need one though. He doesn't need to score. He just needs to let the clock win for him. So Yan, not just a mechanical mastermind, also very intelligent player. Zen going to get a chance to chop a little bit off the scoreline again. A little bit of a flick to the bottom corner is all he needs. 4 goals in it once more. So I think that last touch from Zen probably caught Yan by surprise. He got two hits on it as he flicked into the ball. It's going to be very difficult to get 4 goals past a player with a kickoff like Yan's. I mean, when I say a kickoff, I mean a repertoire of kickoffs. That's why it's so tricky against top level players to score multiple goals in a row, because they're probably going to throw you a curveball at some point. Zen's going to play it out here, try and learn as much as he can before going into a crucial game 4. Remember, we're going to stay on USC server for the next game, and if Yan can win that, we're all tied, going back to EU for just 1 game, and then we'll be back to US East for the remainder of the series. So you got to think that Zen, he wanted to win one of these 2. Game 3 or 4, I think he really wanted to win these. With the server selection strategy that he went for, obviously he wants to win every game, but with the server selection strategy he went for, I think he probably preferred to win one early. "17 seconds on the clock, 6-9 on the scoreboard." I know you guys are delighted about that. Zen's still in with an outside chance of winning this, but it's going to be very tricky and no longer possible as Yan saves one more shot, trying to add another to his tally. Zen keen to deny him a 10th goal. That's ridiculous. After a very, very defensive game 2, Yan just completely explodes in game 3 and produces unstoppable offense, as he always does. Type 1 in chat, by the way. I see you're all a lot of XQC fans in chat. Type 1 in chat if any of you were here when Smellsworth and I casted the Ludwig match in Smug. Ludwig 1v1. Are you guys here for that? You guys were typing 1 before I'd even asked the question. Here, I'll give you an easy one. Type 2 if you've got 2 on your keyboard. There you go. Since I know you all love typing numbers, you can all get stuck in on that one. Game 4. Yan trying to put the pressure back on his opponent. Zen actually booms a well shot. Oh my goodness, he hit that so hard, but it's dipped in underneath the bar. I think dipped in off the bar actually. Well, did he half rip that? He didn't need to hit it that hard, but he does. But you know, this is, I think, the most important game of the series. If Zen can win it, then we're going back to EU for match point. But if Yan can win it, then he's going to have a chance to close out the series on his own server, and without a shadow of a doubt. So this is the big one. This is the middle of the series. It is the turning point, and Zen has a 2-goal advantage. Big pre-flip, but Yan's all over him. Oh, what a read by Yan. Zen connects with a pre-flip to try and waste a little bit of time here before darting back to the corner, but Yan spotted him coming in and dunks on it. Well, I mean, who goes for this? Who tries to dunk on a Zen pre-flip touch? Apparently Yan does, and he read it perfectly. Slices the goal lead back to 1. Zen's defensive pre-flip will take him back into the corner. Beautiful takeoff, very efficient play from Zen. Tries to pogo shoot top corner. Yan will be delighted to see that one has fallen well short. Delayed shot by Zen. Oh, that's just perfection. He slows down the approach to keep Yan guessing here. Yan's afraid of a pinch there, backs off, then he's afraid of a bump, so he backs off again. But top corner was a danger, and Zen sent it in with some pace. Kickoff goal attempted by Zen. Yan actually saves it pretty comfortably, so it made more sense for Zen not to do that. Now he fakes a challenge before actually turning and floating in front of the ball. Zen's trying to mix in those fake challenges. Like I said, you know, if he keeps charging in and keeps pre-jumping early on everything on this server, I don't think it's going to work. So he's not doing that. Zen showing his 1v1 IQ that is somehow incredibly high, despite the fact he only started playing ones about 2 months ago. Dodges the air dribble bump and starts a counter-attack of his own. Zen starting to get into the zone, the Zen zone. It might be Yan who needs to make some playstyle changes. Heavy hit goes just off target thanks to Zen's touch. Been a very pre-flip heavy game from Zen, as we see just another one there, trying to safely pinch the ball on target. Now I say safely because he's trying to land with his wheels on the wall while pinching there. Back wall defense from Zen. Able to deny Yan the immediate goal, but this is not comfortable for Zen. Boost advantage for the Brazilian. Looking to slot the ball bottom corner after faking an infield. That was all the chance Zen needed. Take control. Now Yan's turned early here. Lobs a flip reset on target, but Zen saves the first shot, dives down to cover the bottom corner finish, and now he's counter-attacking. I mean, what a transition from Zen. He didn't even have to double save it because he beat Yan to the ball. Yan throwing himself into the challenge. He does not want to defend against chain resets on the ball from Zen, but it's another delayed flip from Zen to put it past him. He's doing it again, ladies and gentlemen. He's just taking over. Zen just has these moments in all these series where he just takes control and he looks like he's in a world of his own. And he's done it against Yan as well. Yan had him figured out in that third game. Zen immediately adapted and he's completely dominating with pre-flips, delayed flicks. Dodges the potential demo there while clearing the danger. Zen's just making this a really tilty game for Yan. Pin shot, I think, just wide. Those are constantly threatening, though. Zen's been so close. He's hit the post, he's hit the crossbar. Fake ceiling challenge now from Zen. Yan didn't buy it, though. That's a huge win for Yan. Now here he comes with his reset, but it's just a bit too slow. Before he can get back to the ball, Zen's all over him like a rash. He can't get him off the ball at the moment, no matter what he tries. Simple flick is all he needs. Zen gets a flip reset on Yan's car. Yan still manages to make the save. That was genius though by Zen, realizing that if he lands clean, he can actually just flip into the ball again. But he charges in successfully. You know, if early game for game 4 from Zen was the mix-up, now he's back to what started off the series for him so well. Rush challenges. Yan has got a long way back. Delayed kickoff from Zen. I'm so impressed by the improvement this guy's making. I mean, to come into the one scene and show such rapid improvement in the weak aspects of his game, it shows that Zen is not just relying on his current level. He's improving all the time. Yan is in a lot of trouble here. So little time left. And it looks like Yen might have... Or Yen? Zen might have given him one. Oh no, he's not. He's down with Yan in the recovery, so we're not even going to get a second goal for Yan. Wants another pinch, but it's not going to... Or not another pinch, sorry. Pogo, it's not going to work. Can Yan get anything started? Floor double towards the bottom corner, but there's Zen covered in the whole goal, as if to let him know, well, even if that was on, it doesn't matter. Yan has to score now. Double reset, no triple. That's game over. Zen's broken Yan's server advantage, and we're going to have match point on the European server, followed by 2 more match points for Zen on the US East servers. I mean, this is a long way back. Zen's server selection plan has come to fruition. I mean, Yan's had his moments. Oh, Zen's had a little bit of a moment there, but not the type of moment I was referring to before. He's had a little bit of a ranked moment there where he tries to hit into his post and just scores. Yeah, Yan's had his good moments in these games, but fortunately, they've just been too few and far between. There's another one. That's actually a brilliant outplay, but is it just too little too late? It looks like it might be. Very creative flick there from Yan. Didn't really look possible to lift the ball from Zen's angle. Yeah, all Zen needs is one of these kickoffs to not go in his net and he'll be fine. Speaking of, this one actually might go in his net. It has. Okay, he's not fine yet. I said all he needs is one of these 3 kickoffs to not go in his net. There's one. Can he get another one? Yan has to go for it. He has to go for a kickoff goal. He just has to flip into the ball and hope he's got a better hitbox. So he does, but not by enough. Zen holds on. A much more respectable scoreline than it was a minute ago. Still not enough for Yan to come back. He's maybe going to try and get one more just to make it a 1-goal game. Not going to get it. 2 goals the difference. And off we go to EU. We'll say 1 game AU, 2 game US East. Okay, here we go. 3 straight wins required for Yan if he's going to come back in this match. The first one has to be on European servers. Now in game 1, Yan had Zen on the ropes. He looked like he was going to win game 1. An incredible comeback by Zen, one of many that he's made in his short one's career so far. Had him holding on to that game. But Yan did have the advantage for much of it and looked like he was going to win, which would have put him in a massively advantageous position. But then it was Zen who took control of the series for the next game, and then they traded games on US East. But he's been close before. He just has to tell himself, you know, I've nearly done it in game 1. I've had a couple of games now, well, 4 games to learn about Zen's play style. You've got to look out for the early pre-jumps, got to look out for the early challenges. And if he can just remember all that and put together his own game and offense, it might be winnable. Oh, love that. Yan, instead of trying to do something fancy here, he just powers the ball right through Zen. Great stuff with the 50-50. Had so much pace after the landing as well. Yeah, for the people asking how am I pausing the match, it's just admin mode. It's for most tournament organizers in the scene have it. courtesy of Psyonix, so shout out Psyonix for that. It just helps us with the setup of the match and makes it a bit quicker for you guys and for the players and for me to get the game started quickly. Oh, look at this, guys. Just like game 1, Yan is off to a flying start. Zen looking to land on the ball there. Yan just pushes it right under him. Okay, back corner possession should belong to Zen here. Indeed it will. He's going to take off very high with the first touch. Reset is there. He has to jump early though because Yan was up ready to challenge him. Look at the pathing from Zen. Straight over multiple small boost pads without even looking. I wish I could do that. I always missed him by a millimeter when well, let's be honest. I missed him by 2 meters when I tried to do that. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Zen just effortlessly pathing over small boost pads. One of the things that really separates the fastest players in the world from the next tier down. Players who can manage their boosts the best. Zen flip resetting in defense here because why not? And he might be getting his first goal of the game. No, oh yes he is. Okay, well that was a roller coaster of decisions. Looked like he had an open net. Narrowly missed it. Well, of course he didn't want to hit the ball too close to Yan, so he played it very close to the post. Just barely dodged the demo. You gotta think on Yan's screen he probably landed that demo, I'm not gonna lie. And then he caught up with the ball to slam it into the net. 2-goal difference. Oh, Yan's been caught on the turn, but again Zen just narrowly misses from distance. And he's given Yan a clean look at the goal. Zen trying to get back for this, he will. Again, he tries to pass it to himself off the inside of his own post. This is, I think, the 3rd time this series we've seen Zen do this. It's so risky, but with his precision, it actually kind of looks safe. I'm kind of, you know, thinking this might just be meta soon, too. Instead of hit the ball off your own back wall, just hit it off the inside of your own post. I mean, I've seen players do it from closer range consistently. That was a snipe from Zen. Yan spotting the early challenges. Zen trying to sneak in behind the ball here. Yan moves it past him. Zen's got to be careful. He's got his first of 3 match points on the home server, but if he misses it, he'll have to break Yan's server again in order to win the series. That's not easy. Very few players in North America can do that. Never mind queuing North America from Europe. Oh, well played by Yan. 5-1 with a perfect ground shot. Once again, hitting the crossbar down. What a key thing to do when you've got Zen jumping inside the net like this. That allows the ball to bounce underneath the attempted save, even if it was going to land. Perfect shooting by Yan. Zen fails to bump him off the ball. Yeah, Yan should just waste some time here. I think that's what he's going to do. Well, he's definitely not going to make a risky play. Just safely flicks it. Yeah, Zen just double tapping in defense, of course, to regain control of the ball. We had this exact position in game 1, and then Zen was able to come back with crazy pre-jumps. Will he get that same opportunity? The reset gets away from him. Zen not finishing with the same consistency that he did in game 1. This is a great chance for Yan. Looks like he's fallen out of position though. Oh, that's careless. He was in full control. He just took a bit too long to get back. He needed to go straight back towards his net there. Did not identify the threat of the immediate shot. Went for the mid boost. Yeah, Zen hits the ball so hard. It was going to be a real race to catch up to it either way. Brilliant play there by Zen. A lot of players would have fallen for Yan's trick. Zen's not one of them. Now can he get back to this open net? Yan's rushing back to defend, but Zen snipes the angle. Oh my goodness. He's doing it again. I don't know how he just has another mode that he can go to. Like, he's already one of the best players in the world, and then he just becomes Zen. He's coming back once more. Yan has to be scared. He has to waste some time, and that is exactly what he's going to do. Brilliance from Yan. Again, tricking Zen into passing the ball to him on the kickoff. He might actually just try and go for another goal here. Wanted the air dribble bump. He's forced Zen to land in the net, so that's a big success from Yan there. Another reset play as well. Wants to flick off the back of it and gets the flick. Well, the Yan that we've seen in the past does not sit back on a 1-goal lead, on a 2-goal lead. He does try and get to midfield play, but he still looks for goals, and that's what he's doing right now. not backing down for a fight. Oh, Zen's fallen for the kickoff again. Well played by Yan. Twice in a row, he's got the ball in his own back corner with 100 boost to spare. Where is Zen? He's nowhere to be seen. Yan makes it 7-3. Now, he managed to turn a very scary 3-5 scoreline into a 3-7 scoreline with 2 fake kickoffs. Composure does it for Yan. Now with a minute to go, he's up by 4. He is about to do exactly what Zen did the game before this. And not only that, he's doing it with 128 ping. This is so impressive to see. What a player Yan is. He deserves more respect, in my opinion. In fact, people question his position in the top 5 right now worldwide is crazy to me, because for me it's so clear that he's right there with the top guys. But he's showing it now with a confident finish to the game. He has not played a scared final minute. He has really gone for his chances. He's gone for his challenges. And he's put Zen in a terrible position now. Zen still has a very small chance of coming back, but I think with Yan's kickoffs, you've got to just you've got to give it maybe a 2% at most of actually happening. Okay, that's another good result for Zen. Not good enough though. Yan recovers. I think he should be fine. Able to get the ball into his own back corner. Should be another goal for Zen here, but it's taken some time. He didn't take a long time with the finish. 20 seconds left, 3-goal difference. What has Zen got left? What does he do in these positions? Does he delay the kickoff? No, he's just going to play it normal. And once again, Yan tricks him into passing the ball right to him. This is the play that's honestly won him the game strategically. He's been Zen's equal mechanically in this game, but it's that kickoff that's won him the game. He has just completely mind-gamed Zen 3 times. Convinced Zen that he's going, turned around, and accepts the pass. It's not easy to do, you know. We saw, if you were here for the Vatira versus Toxic match that happened before this, Vatira tried a bunch of fake kickoffs just like that, and Toxic did not fall for them. He was able to spot them. So the fact that Yan is tricking Zen into passing the ball to him like this, it is an outplay. You need to give him the respect that he deserves. Because he has taken the first of Zen's match points away from him. And now we go to US East. Oh boy. Well, I think this is where everybody was hoping we were going to go, because if it finished in game, or in or before game 5, it would have probably been a bit anticlimactic, because people would have thought, ah man, Zen just got 1 server break and that was enough. Okay, 88. Okay, we're going in to game 6 right now. Zen doesn't need to win this one, but he's got to win one of the last 2 games on the US East server. He's done it before. The story for the series so far, oh, that's really well done by Zen actually, to just soft pinch the ball clear with 0 boost. But yeah, the story of the service so far, oh, sorry, yeah, sure, it's 0-0, so I'll just reset this. Yeah, I'll just restart. I didn't make it clear that this was a test. That's on me. That's on me. In the other server switches, I've written tests, so Yan was confused. That's entirely my fault. Zen thought it was a game, because in other times when he said no problem in the quick chat in other matches, we've just played it. But I did not say that, so we'll just go again. Sorry about that. I should have been more clear. Yeah, like I was saying, what we've seen up until now is games 1 and 2, I should say, on the European servers going to Zen. Game 3 on the US East server going to Yan. Then we've seen 2 games in a row where both players have taken games on each other's servers. Zen in game 4 on the US East, and now Yan in game 5 on Europe. So Zen needs to take another one. He's really held his nerve well there to avoid pre-jumping too far into the goal. Oh, Yan just stole the booster right under Zen's nose there, but then he messes up his wave dash to allow Zen back into the play. Zen faking the corner play before diving successfully. And the mid boost is respawned for him if he can get it. There we go, 3rd time lucky. I feel like that's something that will never stop happening in the entire future of Rocket League. Is there will always be a moment in every series where someone misses a boost pad. I feel like that has been a consistent part of the meta since the very beginning, and I don't think it's ever going to go away. It just isn't. Missing boost is something that I'm sorry to all of you who are new to Rocket League or on the grind on your way up through the ranks and you're thinking to yourself optimistically, oh boy, I can't wait for the day where I'm good enough to not miss boost. Sorry to tell you, it never stops happening. Doesn't matter how good you are always going to miss the boost because you try and get it too precisely. Zen actually has to let the ball catch up with him here. He was in front of it for a second. Still got a vicious shot on target. Now reverse takeoff air dribble from the back corner. Zen up by 2 early. He's got Yan out of the game to try and make it 3. Impossible rebound though. Means he has to set up another shot. Yan's recovery is good. Zen on the retreat, trying to stay away from any potential demo. Does so, but in doing so, he's left himself completely starved on boost, or almost, and Yan is able to cut it right past him, sneaks by his opening goal. And you gotta wonder, a player like Yan, he's such a confident individual. Does he feel like the favourite right now? I wonder. Does he think that he's the favourite because he's got 2 home server games? Or does he still feel like he's got some work to do? I'm sure you'll feel like the favourite if he makes it to Game 7, but right now, Zen's got the pressure on him, and he fires in a third. And you can see from Zan's POV, this is actually really difficult to say these two names. You can see from Yan's POV that shot was incredibly quick, but it was the wave dash from Zen that let him pull it off. I didn't realize, like, sometimes when you're going into a match as a caster, you know going in, okay, this is going to be tricky. We've got Atomic against Atomic. We've got, you know, G1 against G2 at the Winter Major. That's maybe going to be a tricky one. But I did not realize how difficult it was going to be to not accidentally say Zan or Yed. I've said both of the wrong names at some point in this series. Didn't see that one coming in, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think about that. Actually a lot easier to make that mistake than you'd realize. Zen trying to add to his goal lead. Yan got plenty of boost in defense though here. Zen has to be careful. He'll know that Yan picked up the 100 there, but he doesn't want to immediately back down and give Yan too much space to work with. Oh, well played by Yan. Just trips up Zen, steals the boost. And now he's in a very good position to double up. And Zen manages to chip the ball past him. Well, he's found a way to survive there. That buys him a ton of time, not just to get small pads, but to grab 100 at the other side of midfield. Yan thought about taking off the entire pitch, makes a quick pit stop at the halfway line before bumping Zen into his own crossbar, and the ball quickly follows into the net. 3-2. Really smart there by Yan, just to take a quick break on the ground before continuing the air dribble. It would have been far less efficient to just air dribble the entire pitch for no reason. Yan could just do the same thing again here. He's not really spammed air dribble bumps, because Zen's countered a few of them. Instead, it's a floor double from Yan. Zen's backing off into his own goal to stay away from danger, and suddenly, a burst of pace. Yan slams it in. He even dunked on Zen's attempted save. Brilliant mix-up by the Brazilian. 3-3 in Game 6. Oh, Zen saw that one though. Well, it was the fake kickoffs, the cheeky strats from Yan in the last game that got him multiple advantages. Now the delayed kickoff gets spotted. Zen just snipes it right past him bottom corner. Either he spotted that or he just naturally hit it in that direction. Yeah, delayed kickoff at that magnitude, you want the other player to be hitting the ball into you, and that's definitely not what Zen did. Here comes Yan again. Looked like he might be lining up another bump attempt, but it wasn't to be this time. He's going to back off into the midfield because the rebound really wasn't there for him. And Yan will love the possession play he's getting here. Not going to love the fact that that ball rolled off the wall though, meaning that he wasn't able to jump, or he would have had to jump rather to reach it. Now Zen just shoots first time. Yan can't save it. Zen spots Yan off the goal line by a fraction. Yan just slightly outside the net there. Zen shoots it right into the goal. Yan got a piece but not enough, and that's a great kickoff for Zen. He has back corner control and boost control. What's Yan's plan? He's still got a lot of time left, but he can't be affording to concede again. Oh, and he has! It's a turtle catch shot from Zen, and it scoots right past the Brazilian at an unbelievable speed. I mean, how on earth has he managed to generate that much speed. What is that from Zen? I'm sure Yan wasn't expecting that one. It looked like Zen might be thinking about a pogo or a pinch, but the turtle catch cannot have been on his mind. Now Yan takes off from Zen's back corner, double reset, but Zen's just waiting on the back wall for a huge read by the Frenchman. And here we go again down the line. 10 win streak is just a minute away. His third region is just a minute away from being conquered as well. Zen is doing it all here. Can Yan come back? Attempted pogo from Zen. Not going to work, but he absorbs Yan's challenge and puts himself up by 4. Yan's been trying to wait patiently for his opportunity, but it just seems like everything's going Zen's way at the moment. 4 goals in 48 seconds is possible. But with that cheeky kickoff getting read earlier on, you know Yan's not going to be confident. That's not the goal, that's the back wall. Now Zen has full control. And he smartly dribbles the ball away from his opponent. Yan is forced to dive. He does not have a choice. He has to dispossess Zen, and he has to do it now. Zen is just wasting time and guaranteeing the win. Don't think he planned to win in game 6 or 7 with the server order, but it looks like he will. Yan has to tight angle double, but he can't. It's just too much required too late in the series. He's fought bravely. He took a game on European servers with I think 128 ping against the #1 guy in Europe. But Zen took 2 on US East and wins his 10th show match in a row, taking down the best player in South America. Great showing from Yan. Some incredible plays, and oh, nice goal to finish off as well. But it isn't just a consolation. GG's. Zen's win streak continues. King less than 3, says Yan. What a legend. What a legend Yan is. And 10-0, let's go, says Zen. Congrats, Zen, on the 10-0.